And they helped me map out a plan. Got me free rides to chemo and even a free place to stay during treatment. They took away those other fears so I could rest up for the real fight.
Please give at cancer.org.
The holidays. Time for hot cocoa, mistletoe, and spreading joy. A different kind of joy. The joy of pushing your limits on snowy mornings.
You feel that, Peloton? That's greatness.
The joy of getting the right motivation when you think you can't go any further.
Don't back down now.
The joy of giving it all you've got. Until tomorrow. Because our kind of joy will keep you coming back for more.
Peloton, way to work. Great job, everybody.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton at onepeloton.com.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
A 20% chance of snow showers, mainly before 10 a.m. Cloudy otherwise today, a high near 34. Gradual clearing for tonight, a low of 24. Sunshine returns for our Wednesday, a high 43. With tomorrow night looking like mostly clear skies, low down to 26. And partly sunny for Thursday, a high near 50. Again, for today, just a slight chance of snow, mainly before 10 a.m. Little or no accumulation expected. Could see some gusty winds as well. High today near 34.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Black Patch Grill.
Do the winter blues have you down? You are not alone. Seasonal depression affects many people. If you are experiencing periods of low energy, social withdrawal, hypersomnia, or other symptoms of depression, seek help from one of our licensed professionals with Health First Community Health Center. Visit their website, healthfirstchc.net, or contact their office at 270-365-9455 for more information. Health First Community Health Center is located at 1100 South Jefferson Street in Princeton. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
Grab the kids and jump on board for the next stop on the Tess and Ty Holiday Tour.
Join WPKY and the Princeton-Caldwell County Chamber of Commerce in downtown Princeton for a small town Christmas.
Start a new tradition with Breakfast with Santa and Elf on the Shelf from 8 until 10 at the Tourist Center.
Head over and enjoy the free holiday movie at Capitol Cinemas at 10 a.m.
Drop off your child's letter to Santa on your way to join Mrs. Claus, Buddy the Elf, and Jovi for story time at the Tourist Center at 1.
Stay for the crafts for kids at 2, and don't miss your child's chance for pictures with Santa at the Santa House.
Then grab your spot and buckle up as we broadcast live in downtown Princeton for the 2019 Christmas Parade at 5.
Don't miss the Small Town Christmas and 2019 Christmas Parade this Saturday in downtown Princeton.
From 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Hey guys, it's Molly with the Tin Roof. Did you know we now have 2 locations? That's right, you can now shop your favorite gift shop, not only in Princeton, but now in Cadiz too. Both stores are crammed full of home decor, apparel and accessories, gifts for all ages and occasions, and of course, all the fun. Free gift wrapping on every single purchase every day. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for all the deets from your very favorite store, Tin Roof, where fun and style meet.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk is on the air. And we're here and we've got company, Ty. And we've got, well, I started to say the wrong title for you. Now I just need to say retired, right?
That's it. My favorite title so far. Yeah.
I'm telling you, retired superhero. That's what we'll say. Jimmy Dyer. And, of course, he's also the Grand Marshal for the Christmas Parade this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And from the Chamber of Commerce, we have Mr. Chad Oliver as well.
Good morning.
I'm telling you, I don't think he's going to stop, at least until January. He's going to be really tired in January.
It's been busy.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, tell us what's going on. Now, Saturday, of course, we just heard the promo here just a second ago about all day long on Saturday. But I do want to start out because Midnight Madness, why do I keep saying that, Ty? I keep calling it Midnight Madness. It's not Midnight Madness.
Big Blue Nation on your mind.
It's just like stuck in my brain now. Moonlight Madness. Yeah. That's going to start before the Christmas thing. So that's Thursday. So let's talk about that for a second.
A lot of great sales.
Well, the Chamber of Commerce, I mean, I don't want you guys to get lost in the shuffle either because you put a lot of work into a lot of these events all year.
Right, yes. And, of course, there's, like I said, a lot of great sales. Tin Roof, Treasures Remembered. I don't want to leave anybody out, but it's going to be a lot of good sales this coming up. So
well, and it's anything that anybody really wants to. So it's perfect timing, and it all kind of really kind of gathers everybody. Again, it's a gathering kind of thing.
It is. And that, of course, like we talked before, downtown is just really booming right now. And we're seeing a lot of these sales, almost like back to back to back. And the community is really liking it. And it's more, just a gathering, people coming together and, hobnobbing around and just talking. And, of course, here at the holiday season, it's really just great to see that, And I think you see downtown just flourishing even more. The businesses are coming together, and it's really awesome.
It's infectious, though, Ty. I think we were talking about that at the last parade. It's infectious, I think, in a lot of ways, because once you get one business decorating, well, they can't outdo me. Well, I want to do it too. Well, and once one person does it and they see how much fun it is, it's infectious, isn't it?
It snowballs, and of course downtown, really the past several years looks great, and I really love what's going on at the courthouse this year. A little bit different look than in years past, and not that it's always been beautiful. The trees always been decorated and different things going on there at the court square, but boy, they've really outdone themselves at the courthouse this year.
It's beautiful. You go through at night and the lights all lit up, and it's just small town Christmas. It
really is.
It's just great.
Well, we were talking the other night, and you were talking about Larry Curling, and I want to make sure that I say something about him, because in Mayor Cody Young, wow, had they gone out of their way to make sure, make sure these things were done, and man, done with a bang.
Yes, they have, and it's like we said before, infectious, and of course, Mr. Curling. Tell you what, I had him for 5th grade. And
I did.
He always decorated to a T, and he's brought that back, and that's you can tell it's awesome.
I didn't come into my house is what I need to do.
I think we all do. I think he's got another side business he could do.
Well, and he even did did he decorate over at the Santa house too?
He did.
Didn't he?
He called me the other morning wanting to know, and I said, "You go right ahead." I said, "That's just awesome. You go right ahead and do it," and it looks just awesome.
What's cool about these events downtown, several years ago, the Chamber had Leadership Caldwell, and then they kind of combined with Lyon County, but kind of this small town Christmas was stemmed from that, the Leadership Caldwell, and it's really neat to see these events, even though there's not necessarily a leadership group in town now. These events have become pretty close to mainstays to the community for several years.
Yeah.
And it's really great. Now you have like Planters Bank picking up one of the events. You have the Princeton Rotary Club and others picking up these events, and it just continues on. And that really makes a really hometown, small town feel to it.
It does. What's great about it, though, you see all of these businesses, they want to come together. It's not about competing who can outdo one another. It's just about coming together, for the Christmas season, and just to have the, camaraderie there is just awesome.
Well, it really brings in the small or the shop local thing too.
Yeah, it does.
And that's one of the things that a friend of mine and I had kind of gotten together. They said, okay, we're not shopping anywhere else but local. That's all we're doing for Christmas. And it was kind of a pact that we did this year because we wanted, number one, it's also because we want to see how much we can save. I'm saying I can save quite a bit of money by doing that. I really do believe that. And I'm hoping I'm right. Because so far with all of the sales, and first of all, I got to get out there and do it. But I mean, the sales and that sort of thing, it really looks like I'm going to be able to do it. So fingers crossed.
Thursday night's your chance.
I'm telling you, I think I'm going to have to because I TikTok. Santa Claus is going to ride pretty soon,
right.
And speaking of that, the Santa Claus house, when we talked about, just a second ago.
Yes.
Of course, it's opening up too.
Yes, it starts Thursday night as well.
So that's kind of part of the Moonlight Madness festivities, right?
Yeah. So it starts Thursday night, and it's all ready to go, just waiting for him to arrive. And
now it doesn't cost anything, right?
It's totally free.
I want to make sure everybody
knows
that.
All the events, the Small Town Christmas, it's all free. Just come and enjoy and have fun.
Well, and that's one of the things, you and I had talked about is the tradition part of it. That's where the tradition comes in. I've mentioned it every time we've done something like this, even for Halloween. I said, it's kind of like the Gilmore Girls thing where they're always walking around downtown, and that's kind of what you want. You want that's the goal, the little quaint downtown where everybody wants to gather. All the things happen down there, and that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah. You can just come and go as you want to, and of course, we're going to have characters this year, and that's something I hope to continue through the years and maybe keep on adding some characters to it, kind of like a character, breakfast like you would see at Disney. Of course, I think that's cool, and I think the kids are going to get a kick out of it this year. So, and everyone who's involved are just so over the moon excited about it. So.
Talk about picture opportunities.
Yes.
I think
Plenty
we've got
picture opportunities. Yes.
Well, we're going to start with breakfast with Santa that morning, right?
Breakfast with Santa. We're going to have Elf on the Shelf, male and female there, and then we'll have Miss Claus is going to be there. Then we're going to have Buddy the Elf and Jovi, which was Buddy's little crush in the movie. So.
I'm telling you, I'm excited. Eli is going to love this, and I think adults get a kick out of that too. I'm sorry, but I'm actually really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be fun.
It is.
And the neat part about it is now that's at the tourist center, right?
It is.
From 8 to 10.
It is from 8 to 10 is a breakfast with Santa. Then we take a break from there and go to Capitol Cinemas for the free movie, which is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And that'll go to about 12:30. Then at 1, go back to the Tourism Center for story time, and that's going to be story time with Mrs. Claus and Buddy the Elf and Jovi. And then that's from 1 to 2, and then from 2 until 3:30 is going to be arts and crafts time. And everybody's going to be, coming together on that and helping out. We're going to have a few crafts for the kids who, want to come and enjoy, and even adults, if they want to stick around for the arts and crafts,
And that's free too?
Yeah, that's totally free.
Can you tell us what we're going to make or anything like that?
No, I'm not going to tell you right now. It's going to be a surprise.
Doggone it. I was trying to get the scoop, Ty. Do we need to bring an apron of any kind or anything like that?
Nothing too messy.
Okay.
Nothing too messy.
Okay. Well, that's the only part we need to know, though. But I think it's cool, too, because it's not that far to walk between the cinema and the tourist center, and you walk right past the Santa house. So if you haven't already had your pictures.
That's exactly right. And something else I do want to mention is the Letters to Santa that's going to be at Service Plus this year, which is going to be just awesome. Just awesome. When I first talked to Sean and Laura about that, the kids will be able to write their letter to Santa, and they're going to get a response from him. So be able to go and pick it up, and Mrs. Claus and Santa will be there and to receive the letters. So that's really going to be neat.
Well, see, that's another. I don't know. That's so cool because so they get to bring their letters directly to them,
right, and drop it in the mail slot. So,
and I know they've got special packages over there too.
I was going to say, do they have? They going to supply those letters?
Yes,
yeah,
they are. They're supplying everything for that. So just drop by Service Plus, pick it up, and have your child fill it out and
slot.
Yeah.
That is the coolest
now
thing.
Chad, I was going to ask you about the arts and crafts. You're leading.
I'm actually leading the arts and crafts this year. So of course that's what I went to school for. Of course, graphic design. So I thought this year I would, do that, and I'm looking forward to that.
What about the materials for that? Are you supplying that, or did you have some help or someone as far
we
as
are
for what you're making?
That. We are supplying that. So
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Well, and I think that's cool too, because especially when you keep it free, because during the Christmas time there is so much that is so expensive that that parents. It's hard to keep up with all of that.
It is.
But if you can do something like that, that's for everybody and all the kids, and you don't have to worry about, can I afford it, or can I do this or that with my family? It's an all-day event that parents can absolutely afford, and grandparents, because it's free.
Yes, exactly right. And that's some of my fondest memories growing up was back in like 1981, 82 at Farmers Bank. I don't know if they went all out, with the diorama, outside or in the lobby for Christmas, and Santa was there, and I still remember that, like it happened yesterday. So I'm hoping that this, each year these kids can come back 10, 20 years from now and say, look on these good memories they had, and it's going to be good.
Well, all day long we're kind of working up to. Of course, we've got the big. The big pomp and circumstance at the end of the day, and that's, of course, the parade.
That's right.
And we're hoping that we're really going to see some big floats, but I'll tell you, leading the pack and kind of leading off the parade at Grand Marshal this year, Jimmy Dyer.
Yay!
And if anybody knows how to drive a parade of buses or anything, it's Jimmy Dyer, right?
I'm excited about this, yeah.
I think you ought to ride, like, a bus.
I'll ride whatever. I don't care.
I think we're going to put him on a bicycle. That's the plan, yeah.
How did you feel when you found out it was you?
I was like, I've arrived, man. Well, I was very surprised. I just feel honored. I really do, because to me, it's kind of a big deal. It is a big deal.
It is a big deal.
You did something right over the years.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Well, thank you.
Many years of service to our school system in many ways. Teacher, transportation director, science professor, just you name it, just there, mentor for the kids. And, you could ride your son's unicycle down through the middle of the street or maybe get on his shoulder. Does he still ride?
He pulled it out the other day.
I broke mine out the other day.
Yeah, and you can still do it?
I can. Well, yeah, it took me a few minutes, but I can still kind of trudge along.
Good.
Not for very long, then I'm huffing and puffing. But
no, sir, I tried it a couple of times, and I was done. This wasn't for me.
But yeah, it's do you have your transportation arranged thus far? And I don't necessarily want you to reveal it, but do you know what you are riding down the street in at this point?
We're in the process.
We're in the process.
Well, have you had your outfit picked out for you? Because, see, the ladies, when they were grand marshaling, at the last parade, that was a big deal.
Yes.
Got to figure out what we're going to wear.
Yeah, my wife took care of that for me. I'm good. I'm good.
I almost said, "Has your wife got it covered?" But I wanted to. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say that you didn't know how to do that.
Well, I defer to her on stuff like that.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, and I told this to Nate Huggins, and I said to Chad the other day, you deserve it. I've never seen a guy that would show up at 5 o'clock in the morning out in the middle of nowhere just to see if there's a flood or just to see what's going on with the kids to make sure that those buses got where they needed to go. And not only were you out checking roads at 5 in the morning, you were on the special needs bus. And this is the one that means the most to me. Those kids sometimes, they have they have some extra things because they can't do for themselves. And my son, when he got on the bus or got off the bus and he saw Jimmy Dyer sitting in the driver's seat, man, did he have the biggest smile and just had a fit anytime that he saw Mr. Dyer. And that says a lot. Because
Eli's great. Some people are easy to love, some are hard. He's easy to love.
Well, you did something right because those kids love you, and you got all three of my kids home safe a lot of days.
Those drivers are great. They're underappreciated, but they do a fabulous job. I still miss them.
No doubt. Yeah. Mr. Dyer, what are some of your fondest memories of Christmas, maybe downtown Princeton? Do you have any special memories when you were growing up of Christmas in Princeton?
Well, y'all mentioned it a while ago. When I was a kid, the parade was a big deal. I mean, you would have these floats that were amazing, and they would hide them so that nobody could spy on what the other was doing, and it was a big deal. The schools, each of the classes had floats. I helped some, not in the creative realm, but in the,
tissue
stuff
paper.
up, stuff like that. It was a big deal, and kids today don't understand those things. Man, I would go back to the 70s and 80s in a minute. Give up my cell phone, my computer, and but yeah, I remember the parade was happening, and everybody was there. It was packed.
Oh, all the banks, all the churches, any organization. Everybody, and it was something to be in the parade too. If you got to be on one of those floats with all that tissue paper and lights and everything on it, boy, that was pretty special. I heard Ty used to be pretty competitive on the float circuit back in the day.
Well, you mentioned Farmers Bank, and I couldn't, I worked there for several years with John H. Carner, and I remember us as a team, we had Jim Asher was very involved with some of the design. John H. was big on getting that float together, and I'm talking about some elaborate floats, and the whole bank would be involved in some way, shape, or form. But as we got toward the parade, we'd have a secret location, just like you mentioned, and we'd be somewhere in the evening after bank hours, and working on it, all of us, Eddie Sullinger and Bob Tays and Mike Board. It was just unbelievable. But you talking about fond memories, but that is this time of year brings out that kind of the kid in all of us in a way. Yeah. And I know that was a special time. John H. Carner just loved putting those floats in there, and I hope we have a lot of floats this year.
I can tell you our Band of Pride has been buying up all the lights they can find to stick on every instrument they can find. Of course, I've got a bass drummer in the house, and I've had to figure out. I know the drum line is doing some pretty elaborate costuming this year for it, and I know I'm trying to figure out how to get those LEDs to stay on the drum and beat on it at the same time. So it stays on there till she beats on it a couple of times, they fall off. So I'm getting there, but I mean it's one of those. But they're putting a lot of effort into it, and they seem to be excited. Yeah. And the kids in the band, that's their favorite thing just about all year long that they do is the Christmas parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so I'm pretty excited about that.
Tell us about 4 o'clock. You want folks to come and start lining up at Butler. What is there a certain procedure? Will there be a certain protocol to the lineup? And
as soon as you get there, we're just going to start lining you up.
Okay.
So just 4 o'clock. Just make sure you're there and ready to go. And
does it cost anything to get in it?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Animals like horses, mules, things like that.
Yeah.
Wagons. We're good to go with that
Wagons,
way.
whatever. Yeah. Tanks.
Back in the day, we used to decorate. Well, we used to decorate the horses back in the day. We would put ribbon all over them and bells and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's welcomed, right?
Just all
the more
welcome.
the merrier.
The more the merrier, and that's what it's all about. So.
Well, I think that's awesome. Jimmy, are you going to ride a mule? That's what I want to know.
I'm willing. Whatever.
Hey, Vincent, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Are you listening this morning?
Yeah.
I will get him hooked up one way or the other. Hey, are we going to have any surprise people in the? Is Santa going to get in on it, or?
He might. He just might. I know he's going to be in town, so you never know.
He's been spotted at several places sporadically, and I know he's going to be down at the house Thursday night. We've already mentioned that. So,
of course, right there on the courthouse square.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And again, I'm going to go over those times again with everybody. We had just talked about it. Of course, during the Moonlight Madness sale is when he's going to make his appearance, his first appearance at the house, right? And that's 5 to 7. And, of course, that's going to be on Thursday, this Thursday from 5 to 7. During the Moonlight Madness sale is when he's going to make his first appearance. But then he's also going to be there on Friday from 5 to 7. And then Saturday during the whole festivities, during our whole day of festivities Saturday, from 10 to 2 is when he's going to be at the house. And then the next Thursday and Friday from 5 to 7, and then finish up his last day will be Saturday, December 21st from 10 to 2.
That's right.
Because he's got to get back home to get the presents so he can bring them to me. I mean, to the kids.
That's right. He's got to pick up his letters at Service Plus and head on back to the North Pole.
He's a busy guy this time of year.
He is.
I mean, there's lots of stuff going on with Mr. Claus.
He is.
Okay,
Awesome.
I'm sorry, but that scared me half to death. And if y'all could be anywhere around, we have this giant truck that with this boom on it that appeared on the other side of our window just all of a sudden, and I about jumped through.
It's progress with the Princeton Electric Plant Board. So,
yes, but it was one that I wasn't ready for. That's all that was. But I will tell you, of course, our Chamber of Commerce and Chad, you just started, with a pretty big position there.
Yeah, about a
not
month
too long ago.
And it's just been one thing right after the other. And of course, I've just been eating it up and going with what I can and enjoying every minute of it.
So, what do you think next year? You got everything already?
I've already got ideas brewing for next year. So,
and it's quite. You got to get acclimated pretty quick. By the time you took the position,
you do
to jump right into this time of year with the Chamber of Commerce. Because I mean, again, and these are things that have sort of been in place, and kind of some more than others, kind of down in there. But this is quite an undertaking, and I wanted to stress that these sponsors that have jumped on. It used to, again, the leadership Caldwell did all of it.
Right.
And so for the Chamber now, you've got different sponsors and different people, and so it has become really a community event.
It has, with Planters Bank and then Heidi at Capitol Cinemas. I mean, you just can't ask for better people to work with. It's just community driven, and I'm proud that I'm live in Princeton. It's just awesome to be a part of this community.
Well, and it's something that we can be proud of. And you and I were talking the other day about tradition, and we want to get everybody to say this is our tradition. This is a new tradition that we're going to start, and it's something that we want to make sure that everybody does every year and looks forward to every year.
Right.
So that's the goal, right?
Right. That is the goal, to have those memories. And like I was talking before, just some of the fondest memories growing up for me Christmas time. And I think that's, with a lot of people, you just think it brings you back to your childhood. And you just be that one little spark that you remember, some little smell that you remember, just takes you back to being, 4 or 5 years old. And that's what we want.
It's Ty's wassail.
It could be. You never know.
I mean, you never know.
Never know. What can we do to help you between now and Saturday? Is there anything we can do to lend you a hand and be of help to you?
Just keep plugging away. If you want to come join us Saturday, be with us for a while, and that's all we need. Yeah, I think everything's pretty much set and ready to go.
Well, and don't get me wrong, I want to go over the times real quick with everybody again, because I mean that's a full day of everything and something for everybody. I think most kids could just stay all day. Most families could, but maybe some are for you and some are not, and that's okay. But it is for kids of all ages.
All ages, not just the little ones. It's for adults too. So just come and have fun.
Okay, now that's going to kick off at 8:00 in the morning. Of course, that's breakfast with Santa and Elf on the Shelf and the lady elf on the shelf as well, right? That's the boy and the girl.
That's right.
So make sure that you go have breakfast, and then after you have breakfast, you can head over to Capitol Cinemas. The doors are going to open at 10, and then the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas will start at 10:30.
That's right.
And of course, some of our friends might be over there too. You never know. Some of the elves or somebody else might show up. You never know. And then after the movie, then you go back over to the tourist center, and on the way there, make sure that you get your list together, for Santa, because you can drop off your letter, and that's at Service Plus, right?
Exactly right.
And then you can also visit the Santa house on the way back to the tourist center, and then we're going to have our story, right? Story time with Mrs. Claus.
That's right, Mrs. Claus and Buddy the Elf and Jovi.
And that's from 1 to 2.
That's right.
And then, hey, don't go anywhere. Just hang out there, because then we're going to have our craft time for the kids from 2 to 3:30. And now that's you. That's all you.
That's all me. That's all me. And anybody that wants to pitch in and just kind of help with the kids would be great. And but we're going to have a good time with that. Nothing too messy, and something the kids and adults can take with them and have a keepsake and, remember,
I
have
think
some
that's
memories.
Perfect. Then we leave there. Of course, Santa House will still be open, and you can stop. Well, it will close at 2, because we've got the parade lining up at 4.
That's right.
And then we've got our parade kicking off. WPKY is going to be there. Ty and I are going to be calling the parade.
Mm-hmm.
So
play-by-play for the parade.
I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun. That'll start at 5:00. And
can I be John Madden? You be Pat Summerall? Going back to the good old classic football announcers.
Sure.
Okay. 'Cause I want to go boom. When the parade comes down there. But do want to say, the Breakfast with Santa sponsored by the Princeton Rotary Club.
That's
we want
right.
to thank them for that, and of course the movie at Capitol Cinemas with Planters Bank.
That's exactly
and
right.
So big part, again, that's part of this community coming together.
It is.
And getting things done.
That's exactly right.
That's how it works.
Hey, new traditions, and we hope everything goes fantastic. We're excited. I think all the officials in town are excited. I think everybody's trying to get it pumped up and everybody comes. So make sure that you join us down there. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Jimmy Dyer, we appreciate you being here and being a part of the parade.
Congratulations and thank you.
Hey, thanks for your years of service, too.
Thank
All
you.
joking aside, we do mess with him. He would come in and I said, "Do you miss my kids yet?" And he didn't miss my kids. I don't understand.
I miss kids.
He
I still
misses
do.
them
They're
in general,
great. Kids
but
are
he's
great.
enjoying some retirement.
Absolutely.
And that's good.
It is good. It's very good.
I said, how much fishing you getting in?
None yet.
None?
He came in and said it's everything that he imagined and even better.
People's told me, and they were right.
Where do I sign up?
Hey, you have earned every minute of it, young man, and we sure do appreciate all
and
you've
that's
done.
something when it came time to start thinking about who we wanted for a Grand Marshal. He was the first one that came to mind. So I know he's been a role model to me over the years, and Princeton's been really blessed to have him in our community and for our school system. So
thank you.
Yeah, we sure have, and we appreciate the chamber as well for really kind of kicking off the whole year. I mean, just thankful for the whole year of everything that's happened down there, and hoping that Christmas is just going to be another one of those successful things. So thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Glad to do it.
You're
Hey,
welcome.
it's Coffee Talk and Ty. Well, we've got a lot of things going on this week, but if they're missing anything, they can head out to our website, right?
They can check it all out at WPKYonline.com. Remember, it's Moonlight Madness on Thursday downtown, and get that kicked off. And then everybody, we encourage you to be downtown Princeton all day Saturday and kick back and and with the finale of the parade Saturday evening in downtown Princeton. Line the streets, get you a spot, and sit back and enjoy.
Of course, Moonlight Madness, if you didn't grab that list earlier as far as who's involved in that, of course, that is a Chamber of Commerce extravaganza as well. And it's Posh Embroidery, Cozy Living Interior and Boutique, Bows and Cleats and Edible Mall, the Joshua Tree, Armory Gun Shop, Black Patch Grill, the Cat's Tail, the Tin Roof, West Market, Treasures Remembered Florist. And man, what a schedule. If you're gonna, I think I'm not gonna have any problem.
Lots of savings, lots of
Probably
sales.
getting my entire list done all in one day. Hey, stick around, news, and we're gonna get caught up on news with Fox News here in just a second. We're gonna get our full and complete forecast and kind of update that for you and see what's going on with that. Doesn't look like we're gonna get any huge amounts of snow or anything like that. So looks like we kind of skirted that one, huh, Ty? How's radar look?
Everything off to the south. I think we're in the clear for the rest of the day. Just cloudy skies and pretty chilly out there.
Well, that sounds good. It's 30. It's going to get up to 34, so not too bad for your Tuesdays. Stick around. It's all coming up next. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
A 20% chance of snow showers, mainly before 10 a.m. Cloudy otherwise today, a high near 34. Gradual clearing for tonight, a low of 24. Sunshine returns for our Wednesday, a high 43. With tomorrow night looking like mostly clear skies, low down to 26. And partly sunny for Thursday, a high near 50. Again, for today, just a slight chance of snow, mainly before 10 a.m. Little or no accumulation expected. Could see some gusty winds as well. High today near 34.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
Fall is here. Warm sweaters, crisp temperatures, and pumpkin-spiced everything. We'll start to keep our homes nice and comfortable by using an Energy Star certified smart thermostat. For the average American household, almost half of the annual energy bill goes to heating and cooling. Being smart about your temperature settings with an Energy Star certified smart thermostat will help you save money and stay comfortable. Brought to you by your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Hometown Energy, working for you.
This is Kathy Wynn, and I would like to invite you to come experience Farmers Bank. I have worked here for more than 25 years, and I love taking care of our customers. I have no doubt you'll enjoy banking with us, so come by and see me at our main office to set up your account. And don't worry if you have small children, bring them with you, because we've got a kids corner to keep them busy while we take care of you. Being customer, community, and employee driven is what we're all about, so stop by and see us at Farmers Bank and Trust Company, member FDIC.
Serving Caldwell County since 1950. We're 1580 103.3